Finally back outside. Oh man, it's getting nice and warm. I'm just wearing a sweater because getting old. That's why. So tell me something. Do you often find yourself scrolling through social media, checking out what your friends are doing, what your friends bought, or even just people in general, people on social media, they're doing those fantastic things. They're traveling the world, eating different food at different places, buying new stuff every single time. And then you wonder, how can they afford it? You know, like I'm working my butt off and they're just going places, buying things like there's no tomorrow. You know, like where are they getting all this money from? And if you find yourself doing that, most likely you're feeling jealous. Yes, it's hard to swallow, man, but we don't even notice it, right? We're getting influenced by marketing, we're getting influenced by ads, we're getting influenced by other people. And I think that's the power of social media. You know, if you're trying to sell things, it's a good thing, but if you're just a consumer and just an average regular person that just living your life, that's not a good thing, because whether you like it or not, you're getting jealous, you're getting influenced, you're getting sold something, and you're gonna be in a hamster wheel. You're gonna just keep buying things, keep looking forward to doing things, looking forward to going places. And for many, that's what they think happiness is. The pursuit of happiness is finding the things that we think we see other people buying, we see other people doing, and we think that's gonna make us happy. Whether you like it or not, when you go scrolling and social media, this affects your judgment. This affects your emotions. It affects your decision making. That's reality. I want you to stop and really think about it. Most of us determine our happiness on what other people are doing, what are people buying, where people are going, what other people have. That's what we usually determine our happiness. We don't really stop and assess ourselves. You know, like just stop, like just sitting down here, just thinking, what will make me happy? We always assume that if I travel the world, I will be happy. If I retire today, I will be happy. If I win the lottery, I will be happy. If one day I have a business and I could earn passive income, I will be happy. When I finally have the time for my kids, I will be happy. But notice something, that's always in the future. If you're always going to be thinking that way, there's always going to be obstacles along the way. And you're always going to be looking forward to happiness. There's always going to be a destination for happiness. And when there's a destination, there's an end. Correct? Now you're going to ask yourself, when I reach that destination, am I going to be happy forever? Am I always going to be happy? Or am I going to find something else that I think will make me happy? Does that make sense? I want you to stop, pause, and think about that. When we have that cycle in our life, we continue to strive for happiness in the future. Here, let me explain it a different way, because I don't think I'm explaining it properly. If I was to ask you what happiness means to you, a majority of people would say, hey, when I win the lottery, I will be happy. Or, you know, when I finally have the time to travel the world, see different places, eat different food, see different culture, or when I finally purchase this item, I will be happy. And you know what causes all this? Is the constant stimulation of advertisement, marketing, social media, other people influencing us, making us want to be in their position, making us wanting to buy what they have. And I used to think that way. You know, I used to think that's the end goal. That's my destination. That's the thing that will make me happy. But when we constantly do that and we pursue that happiness in the future, we neglect the things that we have today, the time that we have, the things that we own, the people that we're with. We tend to neglect them. Tell me, don't you feel that way? When your kid's asking you, oh dad, can we go play something? Let's go play ball, right? What are you busy doing? You're probably busy doing work. Or let's say your kid has a recital. You're probably busy at work, and sometimes you forget that you have to go to the recital. And even if you do go to the recital, your brain is so focused on something else, you're not being present. I don't know, I just realized this the last few years, you know. I was so busy pursuing my dreams, pursuing happiness. And you know, you're so busy doing things that at the end of the day you get more stressed. Really, you're missing out because time is passing by and there are things that you should be enjoying right now, things that you should be happy for, people that you should be spending time with, especially like family. You could be doing those things right now. And besides, happiness, what is happiness? Happiness is an emotion, it's a feeling. And if it's a feeling, so why can't you be happy right now? Why do you have to wait and delay the happiness in the future when there is no guarantee? Like I said, there's gonna be obstacles, there's gonna be dead ends, right? Even like buying a luxury brand. Think about the amount of hours you have to work to purchase that item. That amount of money for a little thing, let's say bags, right? Name brand bags. Probably cost a few $1,000s, but with that few $1,000s, you could have went somewhere, experience something, and have that as your memory. Yes, it is gone. Once you spend it, it's gone. But the memory, the joy, that will last a lifetime. But when you purchase an item, that joy, trust me, is gonna take a few minutes, a few hours. Guess where that bag's gonna be? In your closet. And even if you're carrying it around, do you really feel happy when you're wearing that bag? No, seriously. Do you really feel happy? Or are you just carrying it just to say that, hey, I could afford this? Do you think other people care if you're carrying that bag? Especially nowadays, everybody could buy it, right? How does it make you feel? But if you have an experience, like I said, it will last a lifetime. It is something that you could talk about in the future. It's a memory that you could cherish a lifetime. It's an experience. Does that make sense? So I want you to look at it this way. Let's say you're going to a road trip, right? You're such in a rush to get to your destination, you forget to put gas, you forgot to take a break, you forgot to go eat, you forgot to go to the washroom. You forgot to enjoy the scenery because you were such in a rush to get to your destination. But the point of a road trip is to enjoy every minute of it, right? Enjoy the scenery during your pit stops, right? It's those little things that we don't see, we don't notice, we don't go through all the time. And that's something you're gonna miss out just because you were so busy looking way ahead of the game, like looking way to your destination, looking way far to your goals. When we go on a road trip, the best memories are those little pit stops. The things that you do, like simple things. On our road trips, I love to look for places to eat locally. It's those little experiences. But if you were in a rush, you would have never experienced that because you'd be just flying by, just ignoring everything in between. You know what I mean? But because we make that pit stop, we got to experience something different. It doesn't mean it's gonna be good. It doesn't always mean that it's gonna be something memorable, but at least you stopped, paused, and found out if that was something that you will enjoy. But that goes the same thing with happiness. And when we're trying to reach our destination, we don't pause and stop to enjoy every single day. Enjoy and be happy for the simple things in life. I said, I was so busy trying to get successful. And it's been years, man. It's been more than 5 years I've been trying to do things differently. I've been trying to be successful. And so far, no success. If I kept going on that hamster wheel, not paused and spend time with my kids, I would have missed out 5 years of my kids' life. I would have missed out on the recital, the activities, the sports that they're playing, the things that they do. I would have missed out on them growing up. 5 years has gone by. I'm still nowhere ahead of the game. I'm probably even below my expectations. Don't get me wrong, there are times, especially winter times, I do feel depressed. But I remind myself, be happy today. You know, be grateful for the things that you have right now. Spend time with your kids, because that's what brings you joy. You know, you just gotta find that thing that brings you happiness in the moment. If I didn't stop and do that, I would have been depressed for over 5 years. I would have been sad. I would have been, like I said, missing out on a lot of things in life just because I was only looking at the destination. And speaking of kids, have you ever realized that the kids are the happiest people in the world. They have no stress in life. They have no worries in life. They find happiness and joy in the small things in life. You give them a box, they will probably use their imagination and think of it as a ship. Think of it as a plane. Think of it as their home. Their imagination is running wild. And to them, that's joy. To them, that's happiness. But as we grow up, we forget that. We are so busy with our lives. Like I said, like me, striving for success, striving for money, thinking that that's the only thing that's going to make me happy. I'm not saying don't pursue those things. I'm just saying while you're pursuing those things, you have to pause and stop and take the time to actually enjoy what you have right now. That's all I'm saying. There's absolutely nothing wrong with pursuing those dreams. There's nothing wrong with thinking big. There's nothing wrong with accumulating things. But, right, that shouldn't be our priority. But at the same time, some of you probably say, hey, it's so hard to please kids nowadays. You know, they want things now. But guess what? Whose fault is that? It's our society. It's the parents' fault. We don't teach our kids to be present, enjoy what you have. You know, the kids are always saying that they cannot be bored. It's hard to help them use their imagination when you give them something. You know, it always has to be something or some place. They always gotta be busy doing something. And I think it's our job as a parent to influence our kids. They will always be bombarded with things, influenced by advertisement, marketing. So are we. If you don't believe me, I want you to stop this video. Look in the mirror, look at yourself and focus. And ask yourself, what do I really want in life? What will actually make me happy? Without thinking about anything else. What do you enjoy doing? What is that thing that gives you joy, like that thing that you feel bliss? Let's say you love doing woodworking or drawing, you know? When you draw, you feel like time passes by so quick. You don't notice time, you don't notice anything else, but you're so focused on that drawing. That is happiness. You're on the zone, you know what I mean? And I think that's what happiness is. It's those little things in life. It doesn't have to be material. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go places. You don't have to experience things. Although it is good to do those things. But I'm just saying, we should spend more time in pausing and doing the little things that actually brings us joy. And I think when we do that, we get more happier and things just fall into places. And as long as we keep working and pursuing those happiness and those dreams, those goals, while at the same time being happy in the present moment, I think things get easier. I find that we won't even notice it, that we're actually reaching our goals, as long as we're working on it on a daily basis. Like these videos, as much as possible, I try to post 3 videos a week. I'm not in 1,000 subscribers yet. I'm not even in 500 subscribers yet. I'm like 100 something, and it's been months. But I know that one day I will reach that goal, and that is my goal. And there's more goals to come, right? I just take my time and I make sure that I enjoy the process. And ultimately, I think that's what makes me happy. I think for me, you know, spending time with my kids, when I see them smile and be playful, when we are here in the backyard, just playing tag, playing soccer, playing volleyball, playing hide and seek, those little things, I find that's what gives my kids joy. And when they're happy, I'm happy. You know, that's what gives me joy, right? It could be just going to McDonald's. You know what I mean? It could just be learning to ride a bike. My youngest daughter finally learned to bike. And you should see the happiness and the smile on her face, right? It's those things that I think we need to cherish more. Our society, our world is so busy. We are so bombarded with advertisement and marketing everywhere. Social media, and it's not just even these big companies no more. It's just regular average people bombarding us with sales and buy this, buy that, be this, be that, go to this place and go to that place, spend this money. And sometimes it's exhausting. So I find myself sometimes just sitting down here, just lying in this hammock, looking at the sky, listening to the birds, watching the clouds go by. And it doesn't have to be hours. It doesn't have to be half an hour. It could be just 10, 15 minutes. You just need that time to relax, pause the battery, pause that hamster wheel. You know what I mean? We need that to reset. That's what sleep is for. Take that time to actually rest your mind, rest your brain, because we're overstimulated and we don't even notice it. I told you, like, we are influenced by everyone and everything. I think you just have to learn to look for happiness. Be aware of our surrounding. Find the little things in life, the small things that will make us smile. Be present. We don't have to wait till we reach our destination to be happy. We could be happy right now. Happiness is all around you. You just have to be aware. You just have to learn to look. I hope that helped you reimagine what the pursuit of happiness is. Well, what are you waiting for? Go look around in your surrounding. What happiness really means to you. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.